Hello everyone, welcome back to the Soaring Tales. I'm Dr. Shivangi Mishra, and today I want to talk about something that has genuinely shaped my academic and research career, and it is about attending conferences. So, a few days ago, someone asked me a question that really made me stop and think, and that person asked me that I'm not sure I should attend this conference. It was about some conference, and she said that, is it really worth it, or is it important to attend a conference and to present your work? And honestly, I smiled because I remember asking myself the same question a few years ago. Looking back today, if there is one decision that has had a profound impact on my academic and research career, it was saying yes to conferences. Not because of certifications, not because adding another line in my CV, but because every conference changed my perspective and in many ways even my career. So today I want to share my journey, that how attending numerous conferences and networking outside Uttar Pradesh, traveling outside Uttar Pradesh to traveling South Africa and presenting my work there. After those experiences, I believe every student should attend conferences where they have the opportunity, and they should present their work. My early conference journey started when I just started my research journey. I started looking for conferences and training programs, and honestly, initially it really felt intimidating. I wasn't thinking about networking, I wasn't thinking about collaborations. I was so naive. I was simply nervous that I have to present in front of so many audiences and I have to present my work. During my master's and PhD, I did attend national conferences across India, and every conference taught me something, and every presentation made me feel a little more confident, and every question from the audience challenged me to think differently from my own research or my own perspective. And looking back, I realized that I wasn't just collecting certificates or any document for my CV, but I was learning how to communicate with others. I was learning how to ask difficult questions, and I was slowly becoming a more confident researcher. So one milestone I'll never forget wasn't actually a conference, it was a training program, and it was the first time I traveled outside my province, Uttar Pradesh, and it was for my academic journey. I got selected for this national training program, and it seems like a small step now, but at that time it felt huge, and it really had a deep impact on my research journey. I learned a lot in that, and initially traveling alone, being in a completely new environment, everything was a little difficult, but that experience gave me confidence, and the person who organized that training program is still my mentor, and I really feel grateful that I crossed paths there, and I learned a lot from the fellow researchers, from the people, and I was overall more capable for my research, for my thoughts, and doing much more than I thought of myself. So sometimes that first step outside from your comfort zone, it becomes the foundation for much bigger opportunities. And If I talk about one of the biggest conferences that changed everything for me, was like one of my biggest opportunities I got during my PhD. My abstract was selected for annual conference of Raptor Research Foundation, which was held in Skukuza in Kruger National Park, South Africa in 2018. And I still remember the excitement when I received the first acceptance email from that conference, and I was really excited for that. But there was one challenge. I didn't receive any travel grant or travel support, and it was an international journey, so the only thing I had was an accepted abstract. And I also knew that there were some other researchers who their abstracts were also accepted, but for some reasons or other they were not able to attend that or present their work. So at that moment I had a decision to take, because I had to travel all by myself, and at that moment I had to decide, should I wait, should I skip, or because nobody is going, or should I take that chance and go there? So I remember asking myself the very same question, that it was a lot of money for me being a PhD student and in my early career research, and someone who, it was my first international trip actually, so it was difficult overall. And I was like, if I don't go there, will I regret later? I asked that question to myself, and the answer was yes. So I made that decision to go. I convinced my parents and told them whether someone is traveling with me or not, I have to travel. I have to go and present my work. I was very clear. And then it was really scary for me for the first time, but I thought, whether it's scary or not, whether everything was perfectly planned or not, I decided that I don't want fear to make that decision for me. And honestly, I was really nervous. It was as I told you, it was my first international experience, but also it was like my dream place. I always read about Kruger National Park in my books, and I really wanted to go and explore it. I went, and it was my first opportunity where I presented my research in front of the scientists from all over the world. I wasn't thinking about anything else. I wasn't thinking about awards or recognition or whatever I'll get in return, because I was super excited. I just wanted to present my work, represent myself, my country, and I wanted to learn as much as I could from people around me and talk to them. And then something happened that I never expected actually. After my poster, it was my research poster, and after my poster, later that night, I was announced as the recipient of the William C. Anderson Award. And it was my very first moment of getting an international award, and standing there thousands of kilometers away from my home country, receiving that award is still a moment. I get goosebumps, and I am proud of myself. I will never forget that experience. So personally, I truly believe that moment came with Hanumanji's blessings, because I believe in my Hanumanji and I work hard, and I just leave everything on God after I work hard. This gave me courage. My belief, my faith in God gives me courage to take a leap of faith. And even today, when I look back, I often think that what if I had decided not to go, and I didn't receive any funding anyway, but I went. What if I had waited for someone else to join me or travel with me just because it's risky traveling alone? But there were so many questions, so many. What if the fear had taken that decision for me? But that award, those people I met, and those conversations, none of it would have happened. Sometimes one decision changes everything. And people often think that conferences are only about presenting your work or research. I completely disagree with that. It is not only about presenting your work, it gives you confidence. It teaches you how to communicate science in a better way. And conferences expose you to new ideas, and they introduce you to the researchers from around the world. It's that chance. Sometimes that one conversation during a tea break or a break during the sessions become a future collaboration. Sometimes that one question from the audience completely changes your research and gives you new ways of thinking about your work. Sometimes you meet your future supervisor, future employer, you never know, or future collaborator. Because they may be sitting in the audience without you ever knowing it. Conferences also remind you that you are a part of something bigger, to see a bigger picture. Science is not confined to one lab or one university or one specific place. It's a global community. And if you're watching this and wondering, should I attend this conference? The answer is simple. Yes. If you have the opportunity, if you have that passion for doing your work, you should go. Apply for travel grants, try from yourself, from your side, ask your supervisor for support. Look for student awards. There are student awards in the conferences, and save money from your stipends, from the fellowships you get. Don't wait until your research is perfect, but just go. Because conferences are not where perfect research is presented. They are where research becomes bigger. They are where you grow as a scientist and where you discover opportunities you never know existed. Looking back today, I honestly don't remember all the conversations, all the slides or presentations I gave, but I remember the people, I remember the lessons, I remember the insights and those important and valuable conversations over tea and coffee. I remember the encouragement from the seniors. And slowly over the years, I remember how confident I became. I built that confidence through conferences and through my communication. So that experience taught me something I will never forget. I remember in South Africa realizing that a student who once hesitated to present her work had just received her first international award. So if you are wondering whether you should go to the next conference or is it worth attending, maybe this is your sign, because you never know which conference will become the turning point in your career. And thank you for watching. Please do let me in the comments if you need to hear more stories like this. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to The Soaring Tales. And it might help another student or researcher who might be wondering the same thing. Until next time, keep exploring, keep soaring, and keep saying yes to the conferences. I'm Dr. Shivangi Mishra, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.